I want to talk about our upcoming workshop on how to reignite the spark when everything in your marriage feels like it is dead.
Mhm.
I just got a call this morning from a prospective client. He hasn't had sex in 6 years. He's been married for 15 years. It's just can hard. He wants to know how he can reignite the spark in his relationship. And I get these kind of calls from men all the time. Do you run into this with your clients too?
Yeah, what I get more of is that they're just not interested in having sex anymore. It's like they've been married for 30 years and they haven't had sex in probably 15 or 20 of it. And
Yeah,
like, how do I keep that spark alive? I love my partner, but we're not having sex, and I want to have sex,
right,
both from men and women.
right. Yes. Yeah. I think what a lot of women don't seem to understand about men is that men really feel love through sex. And especially if you're religious or you're conservative and you're kind of feeling like sex might be bad or dirty, um, that when we take sex off the table for men, when we allow ourselves to fall into what I love the term that you use, roommate syndrome,
Mm,
what we're really doing is we are cutting off that main artery of love to the men in our lives. And that is just devastating for men. And especially when we add the shame onto it. Oh, you shouldn't want to have sex anymore. You should know that I love you. Or we're too old for that. Or my body's in menopause and it's painful and you shouldn't want to hurt me. Or if you really loved me, you would let this part of our relationship go. And whatever the reason that women have for going off of sex, it all falls down to this same bottom line. And that is that your man will not be able to feel your love for him if you can't somehow open up this channel of sexual energy. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this whole upcoming workshop.
right. So, how to cultivate. And we talked about some of the myths of sex in our last workshop, which you alluded to here. Too old to have sex, those kinds of things. And it's so not true, but we bought into it hook, line, and sinker. And I
Yeah.
think that there are ways that we can rekindle that flame in our relationships.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
what do you
absolutely. I also think it's really important to educate yourself on sexuality. We don't really get good sex education in our culture. And a lot of us kind of feel like, well, if it's not penis and vagina, then it isn't sex. And there are just so many beautiful activities that are sexy and sensual that couples can participate in to really keep things alive. And when we talk about sex too, we're talking about a really personal, sacred experience, a mind body spirit experience between two people that carries with it that sacred sexual love energy. And that's infinite. I mean, it is way more than just penis and vagina. And in our next workshop, we're going to be talking about some ways to get started, some just basic tools to get started so that you can create this sense of infinite experience between you and your lover.
Yep, and I agree with you. Education is so paramount. That's one of the reasons why we're here, is to be able to educate people so they can learn and understand what's going on. Knowledge is power. If you're not educating yourself on what's going on, you're going to fall by the wayside, and life's not going to be as grand as it could be. Our workshop for this is called Keeping the Flame, and it's going to be August 22nd at 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock in Boulder, Colorado. We would love to see you there. It's a beautiful place that we're going to be at, and it'll be a lot of fun. And we really have a lot of stimulating conversations about what's going on, and it's participatory. So it's not just us talking from the front of the room saying, "Here's the things to do," because we don't necessarily know the right things to do for you. We can throw out a whole bunch of ideas, but the ones that'll stick are going to be the ones that you kind of come up with yourself that we can help nurture along. And so I think that's
Yeah.
going to be what's really fun about this.
Right. And well, this is the comment that we got on the last workshop that we did was that we have an interactive style in our teaching. That means that the class is really driven by the people who show up. So, whatever your particular questions are, whatever your particular experience is, Dan and I create this incredibly safe container, discreet and safe container so that you can go deep and really open up and share exactly what's going on for you. And that's where we meet you in this workshop.
Yep. So there'll be a link below, or I'll actually probably put something on the screen as well that you can go to sign up. Remember, it is Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. in Boulder. We hope to see you there.
Yes, we'll see you there.